because I was embarrassed and everybody was you know, making fun of me selling bean pies.
Too many pies on this table. Quadez, too many pies on this table, brother. Too many pies.
Good morning, world. Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way, all platforms. We are downtown North for another people's platform. And this time I brought
The Mad Entrepreneur.
the Mad Entrepreneur from
New Jersey.
Yeah, from the city.
I relocated to Brooklyn though.
Hey, BK in the building. Alright, so before we get into it, as you guys know, I have a section of my channel called the People's Platform. And on the People's Platform, I give people a platform to speak about their lives, speak about their stories, speak about their business. Because when I was trying to do this, no one that had a high platform would give me a platform unless I, agreed with them or paid payola. So I wanted you to see like the connection with just the regular people, or average people, or extraordinary people who I meet along the way. So let's get a little bit into
The Mad Entrepreneur.
the Mad Entrepreneur story. All right, so maybe you can give them a little background, where you're from, why, your family, business, and anything that you think that you want people to know about you.
Right. First, I want to, thank you for giving me this opportunity, because no one have gave me this opportunity almost in a decade, literally. So, I want to give the brother some flowers. I digress. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was working these jobs, and it just didn't work for me, and I hated it. So I joined the Nation of Islam, and a brother took me under the wing, started showing me, how to grind and how to hustle.
Okay, don't make it hard on yourself, make it smart on yourself. Remember that. Get up here, Quadez, let's go. Don't make it hard on yourself, make it smart on yourself.
And I fell in love with it ever since, and never been back to a job in the last 10 years.
So what was it about the job in particular that really, was it, you don't have the passion for it? Was it the authority not treating you equally or right? Or was it something in particular that really made you not really fit in with the regular 9 to 5?
Good question. I mean, let me just give you the story. I was fueling aircrafts at Newark Airport, and I was on a 777, and it was going to China, and I had to fill it up. So I had to tell myself how much of my salary I'm getting out of this aircraft. So I just knew I paid my whole salary for that whole week, maybe in the first 30 minutes, and I walked away. You follow what I'm saying?
So you made your first.
My salary was already. When I was fueling up the aircraft.
Oh, you was counting basically. I'm working for somebody who's not paying me the significant amount of money that they make off of what I'm doing.
Right.
Okay.
So it took hundreds of thousands of gallons to fill up this aircraft.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe a few gallons paid my salary for the whole week, maybe the whole month.
Right.
You understand? And after I knew the amount that I got paid, and I was fueling maybe 3 more hours, I knew that was free. The rest of the hours was free. I was doing free labor.
Right.
So it clicked. It was the aha moment went off right there.
I think for some people that might not understand what this, I feel as though this part is. I feel this part is called realizing your worth. Because sometimes you can work a job and you can work a career. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I work a job. But there is something where knowing your worth, where you have to understand that working a job forever, having a 9 to 5 forever, can stop you from becoming who you're truly meant to be, because you're giving all your time that you have available to someone else who's making more money and not paying you a good ratio to work there. So once you realize that you were worth more than just fueling planes, what was the next step?
Man, good question. It was the fire was lit, man. It was just like, I believe like I'm the next 50 Cent. So I really started researching 50 Cent and just
As far as 50 Cent, as far as music, or as far as the ambition to strive as different categories of hustlers and
Right, that right there,
entrepreneurs?
his ambition and his strive to, you know, get rich or die trying, and it was exactly that.
Got you. So, how did you move into, or maybe you could tell them your entrepreneur, or your career, your business, and how did you move into that business? And did you try other businesses before you moved into that business?
Good question. Like I said, you know, I started. All right, I'm the bean pie man.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that to say, you know, at the very beginning steps of being.
Was that real quick? Was that something that you got from the Nation of Islam?
Right. So, but the irony in it, or the teaching, you know, being taught was, the first lesson was basically embarrassment, because I was embarrassed and everybody was you know, making fun of me selling bean pies.
Too many pies on this table. Quadez, too many pies on this table, brother. Too many pies.
Got you.
But I had to look at it at a different angle. Is it really embarrassing? And I started to grip that embarrassment. Do you follow what I'm saying?
You started to grip, not the embarrassment, but you started to grip the concept of what you were doing and why it actually wasn't to you embarrassing.
Right. So, you know, it wasn't really embarrassing. I'm asking, why is these people making fun of me? It's really that you're mad. It's not really that I'm embarrassed. It's, you see that I'm striving and I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
So that gave me some strength.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I took it to another step. And
So when you say striving to go somewhere, it's kind of like, I'm working for myself and I'm trying to do something that most people wouldn't do. So
afraid to do.
Right.
Embarrassed to do.
Yeah. So rather than not that they're upset at you, they just fear not succeeding if they were to try to go and do some business for themselves.
Sure.
So they fear that. They were possibly laughing at you because they're like, oh, I know if I can never do it, he can never do it.
Exactly. So I want to highlight that it's their fear in them, and that's what I had to learn.
Okay.
So that was the first step, and I used their fear as my energy.
So how long did the bean pie selling go on, and what was the next step?
Man, good question, man. I was probably doing that for 2 years, and that was my foundation. And I outgrew it, and I grew a spot up here on South Orange Avenue, and where Speedway is. I'm the originator of that. Are you familiar with that?
South Orange Avenue Speedway. Is it up the hill?
It's up the hill on South Orange Avenue. I created that big, bean pie. I created that big market right there with bean pie. I was out there.
Okay, I see all the time.
Yeah, that was me. I was the first one to open up that location.
Okay.
But once again, I plateaued. I don't know if that's the terminology.
Yeah, it is terminology.
I outgrew it,
Right.
and I knew it was something more. And someone on Facebook said, "Man, listen, the brother Muhammad said this guy's made $1 million shining shoes." And keep in mind, like I said, I always kept 50 mindset in my head.
Right.
So, this guy said this guy made $1 million shining shoes. So I took that I ordered a shoe shine kit, and I went downtown Newark and started shining shoes. And the guy that actually he died, but he was in Newark City Hall. He showed me how to shine shoes, and I started that.
And how long have you been with the shoe shining business? And also, did you start the shoe repair later, or was this just the first step to the shoe repair?
I started the shoe repair later. So
Okay, so how long were you in the shoe shining business, and what was the next step?
Man, these are some awesome questions. I'm glad you're asking them. So, I was in Newark, shining shoes, learning the trade, and and I fell in love with the profession. And I don't know, it's probably about 6 months. I was going to Newark Police Department, Fire Department, even the EMS. But, after that, it wasn't really no work out here. So I went up to Wall Street in New York City, literally. And actually, it's Water Street. I was on the side of Water, the side street. And the business was doing good. I was making good,
Consistent income.
Right. So you know, once again, I outgrew that, and I wanted to know the next step, which was repair. Shoe
Okay,
repair.
so if you guys haven't noticed yet, I feel as though you have a good salesman tactic. And because you're a great salesman, you were able to plateau at different levels faster than what a lot of people would normally do. Because it seems like your part from when you started selling bean pies to when you started shoe repair was only like 5 or 6 years.
Sure.
When most people would have to take 10 years to maybe get there.
Right.
So,
Sure.
do you have a passion for shoe repair and shoe sales, or is this just the next one until you plateau and move on to another seller?
I believe I have a passion for shoe repair. Shoes.
Okay.
I found my passion.
Gotcha.
Sure.
And now, how do you plan to take that? Because you know most people think shoe repair it's limited amount how much work you can do. How do you plan to take that to the next level where you maybe you can have more clientele, or maybe would you open a shop, or where you see it?
Listen, the questions is out of this world. They're the best, man. Right on. I'm gonna put it right here on this man's platform. I'm taking the business mobile. I'm the first one that's gonna mobilize the shoe repair business. I don't even have to talk about that. That's the big gem right there.
That's actually smart. See, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I feel as though the stationary hard store, or the stationary store that people normally go to for things, is going to end up being no more. And I feel as though mobile will be the way to be, because not only are you able to get to people, and they'll appreciate that more than having to come to you, but also you're not confined to having to pay someone rent to rent out a place in the building.
Sure.
So, with the mobile, do you plan to stay within the tri-state or in New York still, or do you plan to just?
Right. So listen. Now that's where I come in and give my little teachings. I don't want to be in self-employment. I want to scale. That's the difference between self-employment and business. It's two totally different things. So I do want to take over the whole nation. All right. He brought it out of me. I want to be the Uber of the shoe repair industry.
So let me ask this question. So being as though, are you still a member of the NOE?
No,
right?
I'm not.
Okay, because I would think like with your shoe repair business, that may be something that could, you know, because they already clean shoes and stuff. So I mean, if your shoes, I figure that would be. But
no, don't get it twisted. They would definitely be supportive and be my customers for sure.
All right, okay. Well, I mean, that's a lot of information. I want to ask, how does this? Do you feel as though by being a businessman, you're more of an inspiration to your children? Are you married? Okay, so you're more of an inspiration to your children, and you can show them that maybe this is another way, or how do you feel about that?
No, that's exactly the. I mean, that's the mission in my mission. Like, I have to show. That's what I'm doing it for. It's for my children to see a different example that I was shown. You know, that's a part of my business. Sure.
That's amazing. All right, so if you got any information that you want them to know, I want you to tell them where can they find you, how can they contact you, and I'm gonna make sure I put all this information in the description, because supporting another brother who's showing you that there's another way now. And we've been so trained here in the States to believe that the only way is that you got to go to a job, get a 9 to 5, and give your time. And you know, most black people only live, or people of my color live 74 years, 75 years healthy at max. So if you're dedicating all of your time to working for somebody else who's not maybe appreciating you or giving you what you believe you're worth, this man right here is trying to show you another way. He's not saying it's the only way, but he's showing you another way which works for him and could possibly work for you. So supporting him would be awesome. Give him the information.
Right. The Shoe Factory with 2 E's. Not the, because 2 E's means the top. The Shoe Factory on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. And do you have a location where maybe you frequent?
Right now, we under construction right now.
Okay.
Yep. So that's the thing about business. I'm under construction just like any other business. I'm gonna make that clear, because in our culture we think because we not blowing up, there's something wrong with that. That's why I want to emphasize.
All right. The last thing I want you to do is I want you to look right in this camera right here, y'all. I want him to look right in this camera and tell yourself, by when are you going to start your mobile?
I'm going to start my mobile business by November 1st, 2023.
Good morning, world.